Yeah, they say better late than never. Welcome everyone, wherever you are joining us from across the face of the earth. This is Sport Africa. This is where we discuss all things football, athletics, boxing, but predominantly they say football is the king of sport. My name remains Ashao Luluafemi, of course. James Agrebe is here. So much to talk about today, but today, apologies, focus is going to be on Nigeria. Finally, the Nigeria Football Federation have announced a new coach for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Like they say, better late than never. But a lot of reactions has actually, greeted the appointment of a German coach, Bruno Labbadia. So James Agrebe is here today. We'll be talking about a whole lot regarding this issue. As a matter of fact, yesterday, Labbadia released his list of players for the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. James, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi. I'm happy to be here on today's edition.
All right, okay. Where do we even start, James? I do not really know, but I think let's just get started anyhow. James, so much reaction, like I said in the intro, has actually greeted the appointment of Bruno Labbadia, but some people are saying that this is it's a decision that looks like a gamble because if you are bringing someone who does not have any experience in Africa, Bruno Labbadia has never coached any team on the African continent before. Why go for such an individual at this stage where the Super Eagles are almost at the lowest ebb when it comes to confidence? Now, bringing someone who does not have a track record of coaching on the continent. What do you think about that, James?
Well, I think it has to boil down with money because some of the names that we have been bandied about. Remember, I think Averena was part of the people who was considered, and then the Swedish coach. So I think the NFL decided to go based on what they can offer. So not taking anything away from Bruno Labbadia, somebody who is experienced, Bundesliga coach, former Bayern Munich player. But the only gray area there is that he has never coached any national team before, and this is his first time coming to Africa. So I think that was one area that has kind of reservations for me. But I mean, someone has to start from somewhere. Better late than never, just like what you said, Femi. I've been longing for a new coach. So. We finally gotten one, but there's still a reaction trailing his appointment. Because of even did analysis of his win ratio. It's not too convincing.
Less than 50%, yeah.
Less than 50%, so that was the kind of worrying. But I mean, let's just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. I don't want to believe that it's a bad coach. I want to believe that he is decent for somebody who was appointed, to handle teams like Bayern Leverkusen, Hertha Berlin, Hamburg. I mean, they saw something in him. That's why they appointed him. But the fear there is he has never handled any national team before, and this is the first time in Africa. But let's just see how things pan out.
Okay, James. Some other persons have said it's a sign of incompetence and probable, confusion among the handlers of Nigerian football. Do you agree with that? Because who announces a coach at 5 a.m. when people are still in bed?
Yeah, well, for me, it goes to show the kind of people who run who run Nigerian football. I mean, I think some weeks back or a month ago, Zimbabwe announced their coach. We didn't even know when they relieved the former coach, and immediately they announced a new coach, but in our own case, we had to drag it. Imagine the Super Eagles are struggling in the World Cup qualifier, and you expect them, the NFF, to be proactive. After the exit of Finidi George, a serious effort would have, gone ahead to get who they want, but they kept dragging, and it's still the same pattern, the same approach, the same method. You know that everything still boils down to money. They just don't want to get a top-rated coach. They just want somebody who they can just play peanuts, and who they feel they can just do away with. This thing has been going on for a very long time, and it keeps affecting the national team. no matter how you want to go at the players that they are not committed, they are not this and that, they see all these things that are happening, So you cannot even blame them. But what is the essence of giving your all when you know that the people who are supposed to run things, to do the needful, they keep dragging things. Look at the last AFCON, the likes of Olaino, they got injured, but they kept playing, and it almost affected. Tristan was out for over 2-3 months. These guys keep giving their all, putting their body on the line, but the people who are supposed to be good examples for them, they keep messing things up. So like I said, better late than never.
Okay.
I don't blame those who have their reservations, but hey, we just have to fill that space. The qualifiers are just around the corner, and that's just what it is.
James, some have said this is a marriage of convenience. Certainly, some have said it's a sign that the NFF is broke, but it has failed to publicly admit it. But this appointment of Bruno Labbadia is a testament to that fact. Some have said it's like a guy who couldn't find a good girlfriend and a bad lady who couldn't have a good boyfriend coming together, and they say, okay, let's just manage each other. Do you agree that it's a marriage of convenience? Bruno Labbadia is looking for a job somehow, first opportunity to coach in Africa, and the NFF also doesn't have money. So someone said it's a marriage of convenience. Do you agree?
Well, you might not be far from the truth, because when his TV was read out, I mean, it was the alarm bell just went up because the win ratio was just not too convincing, and people were like, okay, for NFF to appoint such a coach, that it's still the same money issue that we keep complaining about. I mean, I don't think that's why the likes of Labbadia were not approached, or appointed, because I mean, that it doesn't come cheap. So for me, they try to go for who they feel they can give peanuts, because for me it's peanuts that at the end of the day they're going to offer, because they've been complaining about lack of funds for like forever. There's no time the NFF will come out and say they pay the coach after 20. I mean, look at someone like Genetrol. We just name them.
Peseiro, yeah.
All these people will still, the late Simikesh, the late Amadi Shaibu. I don't mean they are still alive. We tell you that they're still being old.
Even to the grave.
Exactly. So, I mean, how are you going to move the football forward when the people who are supposed to run things are just like this? They don't inspire confidence, nothing. I mean, you have serious World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, and you're just appointing a coach now. And when you get to the field, at the end of the day, the new coach, Bruno, might not be a bad coach eventually, but I'm telling you, the way things are going, he might not be, because he's not going to come in and perform miracles. The team is down. It's down, like they are the lowest ever.
Yeah, James. Yeah, sorry to cut you. That takes me to the next question before you just get straight into it. What are the 3 things that you think Bruno Labbadia needs to fix immediately as soon as he resumes job with the Super Eagles? Because some have said he needs to hit the ground running immediately. What are those 3 critical areas or 3 critical things that you think he needs to fix as soon as possible?
Femi, if I tell you that he needs to do this and that, I'm just lying to you, honestly. For me, I think Bruno he believed the Super Eagles is one of the biggest teams in Africa, and which better way to try your hands and one of the biggest teams in Africa. So for someone to come out and say these are the things he needs to fix, and I mean, people have been fixing a lot of things in the Super Eagles. Jose Peseiro came, he did his own bit. He almost won the Nations Cup. He has gone. Neutral 2 came in. He has done his own bit. So it's very difficult to come out and say this and this are what we all know what should be done. I mean, we need to start winning games. He knows. He must have seen the World Cup qualifying, how our performance have been. So the good thing is he's going to start off with the AFCON qualifier. So let's just wait and see how things pan out. The most important thing for him, if he can get a win, whichever margin in the first game, I think that will boost some confidence. The Super Eagles is not a entirely bad team, but circumstances surrounding it and the NFF and their shenanigans is what is really affecting the team. So, and it's rubbing off on the player negatively. So for me, is to come out and say this is what he should do. I mean, for me, there's no miracle, there's no magic about this team. The team is down, and all hands must be on deck to pull everything up back, because the World Cup qualifiers, the ticket is like slipping away, but we cannot afford to miss out on the AFCON.
Okay. James, some other person have also said that it seems we have a mental blockade, and it is that we think our solution, the solution to our problem, in particular in the Super Eagles, lie deep in the white skin. And some, I also agree with those people that it is certainly not. But James, let's look at Osimhen. Over 2 months now, since the outburst against Finidi George, the hasn't said anything. Now he's been invited for the AFCON, of which nobody even knows if it's good. Do you think the Super because it's over two months now since Victor Osimhen's outburst against Finidi George, and the NFF has not deemed it fit to issue a line of statement to say this is unacceptable. Now you employ a coach, and one of the players, had the audacity to go on social media, even if you have personal differences with the coach, but went on social media rather to use unprintable names against the coach. And over 2 months, the NFF has not issued a word to say this is unacceptable, this is what we're going to do. Do you think the NFF is an enabler or condones indiscipline in the Super Eagles?
Well,
and now the same Osimhen has been invited for the upcoming AFCON qualifiers.
Well, I think maybe, I don't know. It's possible that some things would have happened behind closed doors, because for him to have been invited, maybe he has tendered an apology in private.
But did you do such a thing closed door? Why Osimhen went on social media to say that tirade against Finidi? It wasn't behind closed door. The whole world saw it. And as an organization who wants to portray a good image, it is best to come out and say, this is unacceptable. This is what we're going to do. So a lot of people perceive the NFF as an organization that is not even disciplined internally. And if that is the case, you can't show discipline, outwardly.
Yeah, you are right. If that he has been called up again, and then there was nothing said about what happened in the last during Finidi George reign, and we also what he did. We have expected the NFF to by now, even after that incident, come out and condemn it in totality. But since they didn't say, that's why I said maybe. He has apologized behind closed door, but we want it to be done in public, so that at least you send a message that you don't do such things and get away with it, because you kind of set a bad precedent, But since they didn't even say anything about it, like they just swept under the carpet. That's why a lot of people like start raising eyebrows, like it's like they're untouchables in the senior national team, So since they didn't decide to come up and say this and take a stand. I mean, with the NFF, you never can tell. They are so full of mysteries, So I think for me, let's just since they decide to go that route, we can't force anybody to do anything now. The most important thing now is you just have to forge ahead and start like on a clean slate. Like I said, maybe guys behind closed doors, you never can tell. That's why they just decide to let it lie. They don't want to raise dust again, So. Like I said, let's just have our team back and let them start shooting, because, like I said, they are down, and what better way to get back than getting a win in the first AFCON qualifiers. Remember, they lost to Benin Republic in just a few months back, and I think they just have to start firing. Their first 2 qualifiers in the AFCON, these are teams that they in their World Cup qualifier, so it's like a good. I think it's a good setup, because it gives them an idea, when the World Cup qualifiers start again in March next year.
Okay, James, I'm sure you've seen the list that has been rolled out. And I think what caught my attention is we have Alexander coming back to the national team. Then we have, a lot of familiar faces. But the concern for people has been about Osimhen, about Ademola Lookman. These two guys, they are still unsettled. Their future is yet to be sorted out at their respective clubs. Generally, James, we also saw Maduka Okoye. Now, a lot of people have said Maduka Okoye should be Eagles' number one. And Stanley Nwabali has also done well since he's been in charge. What is your general impression about it, James? And are you convinced about the list? And do you also agree that this list could not have come from Bruno Labbadia already?
Yeah, and for me, I don't think the list came from him. I want to believe that the technical department they draw up this list, because I mean, I don't think he knows who Olisanda is. I don't think he knows. Yeah, I think he does know some of the names, but I doubt if he knows a lot of them. So definitely this list didn't come from him, So I mean, these are regular faces, and the good thing, I think, that return I think it's a welcome one. He's the captain of Orlando Pirates. He's a regular for them. He has been doing so well, so we expect him to be a mainstay in the team, but keep getting ignored. But the good thing is, they called up. He was at the 2021 AFCON in Cameroon. He played just one game, So. And so there are regular faces, in the team, and there are guys we know who most of them did well at the last AFCON, So let's just hope that that commitment, that fight, that what we saw at the last AFCON, they'll be able to reenact it, So and yeah, Stanley Nwabali, I think we don't have a problem when it comes to the goalkeeping department. I think that has been settled. But the good thing is, it's good to have competition. And I think Nwabali too, we know that he cannot rest on his hands. He find his first choice. He has been doing so well, But sometimes when you don't have competition, it tends to lose focus and get distracted. And I think that was one of the reasons why Uzo had issues. He felt at some point he was the number one and no competition. All of a sudden, they got Stanley Nwabali from the South African League, and he just swapped him, and ever since he has not looked back. So for me, it's a good. For me, Maduka coming back is a good one. It only bring competition into the team and make Stanley stay on his toes, because I mean, Maduka has been doing so well for Udinese. For somebody who joined the team, I think mid-season or so, and just took the number one, it goes to show that he's still a quality player, despite the fact that he had issues with the team some time ago as the Super Eagles, but he has shown that he has the character to bounce back. So for me, that goalkeeping aspect is okay for me. It's sealed. You just need competition, and I think with the presence of Maduka, I don't want to believe that Stanley will feel relaxed, because you know that there's somebody walking around that who has been in the team before. Just the circumstances that made him to be left out. So for me, that's just it.
Okay, of course, by this time next week, we expect the players to begin to come into camp for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And it's going to be across Africa, and sadly, we have a lot of African countries playing far away from home because of their inability to even have a standard pitch. This is even a CAF competition, not even a FIFA competition. But sadly, we still have a lot of African teams who will not be able to play in front of their own fans because of a lack of availability of certified pitches. Africa, we need to wake up. James Agberebe, thank you so much for your thoughts and analysis on the show today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi. See you next time.
Yeah. Okay. So sadly, of course, the Super Eagles got our attention today, and of course, so much so that a lot of the appointment of Bruno Labbadia, I saw a number of Ghanaian journalists, actually even, commenting on the appointment because of the delay that has been experienced. Over 2 months, it took the NFF to come up with Bruno Labbadia. Let's hope that it won't end the way the reign of Finidi George abruptly ended with the Super Eagles. Thank you so much for your support. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, That is the support that we solicit from you right here. And please don't forget, in the comment section, it's all yours. Whatever you think we can do better right here to bring you good content, please let us know in the comment section. So sorry we couldn't come on Monday. It was because of a number of issues. But first, like we said earlier, better late than never. We'll see you next time. I remain Ashalula Femi. Thank you so much for our producer for always doing this for. God bless you. Thank you all. Have a fantastic enjoy the rest of the week. Today is already a Wednesday right here in Nigeria. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye for now. We'll see you later.